Over the weekend, Arsenal went ahead to obviously draw with Chelsea 2-2, but the biggest highlight was that last chance that Kai Havertz and Trossard couldn't obviously go ahead and obviously connect into the back of the Stamford Bridge. That saw even Mikel Arteta slide down, and really fell down onto the pitch. And the other hugest updates that came in through was Saka getting off injured and Declan Rice being taken off around the 60th minute of the game. And now we are here to let you know about the latest Rice and Saka injury update coming in through from the England national team and the Arsenal side. Welcome to this channel. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss certain stories that we do upload in here on a daily. And Rokani David is my name. Now remember, we are powered by Mono Gadgets, dealers in brand new phones and brand new laptops. And if at all you're really wanting a used phone and a used laptop, not from Kampala, Uganda, but from the United Kingdom, call them on +256 70 99 88 665 and you will thank me later. So that is what you're really having in now, coming in through from the side of Mono Gadgets, and we're here to bring you what we think. So you can as well go on TikTok, search for Mono Gadgets, and they'll obviously serve you to a better purpose in there. Now, after the game of football of Chelsea, Arteta was posed a question about Declan Rice and to Bukayo Saka, and this is what he had to say. It doesn't look good because two players of that importance tell you that they cannot continue in that game. So it's obviously it's not good news. So obviously it's not good news. And that's what Arteta really had to say when he was asked after the game of football. Now, it speaks volume when it speaks volumes when a manager comes out and obviously has something to say about the situation that they are really going in through as a side of Arsenal. Saka returned, I think, when they're playing is it Inter Milan, because when they're playing in the midweek, the other side, he was not available, but he came up and obviously put in a very good shift as a player. And against Chelsea, for me, I really liked the way he played. Though certain people came up and obviously had a lot of things to say about Bukayo Saka, but I've always come out and told you that he's really one of those players that is really very integral into the side of Arsenal. And him getting out, for me, he was really bad, but him and Rice is a very big loss for the club of Arsenal. Now, the big question has been, are they going to be part of the national team in the international break? Now, we've gone ahead, obviously, get news coming in through from the side of the England national team, and this is what they really had to say. England confirmed 8 players to withdraw from the national team. That is Trent Alexander-Arnold, Levi Colwill, Phil Foden, Jack Grealish, Cole Palmer, Aaron Ramsdale, Declan Rice and Bukayo Saka, Morgan Rogers, Gerard Bowen, Gerard Braithwaite, Tino Livramento, James Trafford have been called up to replace these players. And let's first talk about Saka and Rice before we obviously tackle players of other sides. Now, if they're out, that is really very important for the club of Arsenal, and they have 2 weeks to rest. These are some of the players, by the way, that went ahead to play very many games last season. I think Saka almost played 34 games last season for the club of Arsenal in the Premier League. I think he played every Champions League game, and those Champions League games were 8. You understand? He played close to, I think, 60, 70 games. When you add on the national team games he played in the qualifiers of the Euros and then in the Euros, and he was really very, 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 very tired. And this best explains why they've gone ahead, obviously, do the needful. But I think the biggest contributor to this is Arsenal not really allowing him to return when he has gone ahead, obviously, heal fully. That is the hugest problem that is really is really affecting Bukayo Saka. I don't think that when he returned, he was physically fit, but a statement was made by his manager that if you want to be a world-class player, you should be able to play 60 games plus, and I think that's what he's being forced to. But I think sometimes when a player is really having a serious injury, you don't need to obviously expose him to such a situation. And for Declan Rice, I think for the very first time, I've gonna hate to see him get down. You know, having a having a broken toe, playing 60 minutes against Chelsea, that speaks volumes that the manager Mikel Arteta might have gone ahead to force this player to play that beautiful game of football because he needed a win. Even that point they got was not enough because they are now close to 8+ points. 8+ points behind this. I think they are 9 behind the table leaders, that is Liverpool. And if at all they had gone ahead to win their beautiful game of football, they would have gone ahead to find themselves 7 points. But we all know to it that it's just 11 games played, and we still have a lot of room of change and improvement into those teams that are leading the table and those that are really trying to obviously be behind those table leaders. So these 2 weeks are really going to be very important. Let these players rest and see how they're really coming through. Because for Arsenal, they are coming back with fixtures that I believe they can come up and obviously win and see to it that they put in a very huge chase of points. When we look at their fixtures when they return, Arsenal is going to be playing or hosting Nottingham Forest. They're having Sporting Lisbon away Tuesday 26th. 30th November, they're going to be playing another London derby away at West Ham. Then 4th December, they're going to be hosting Manchester United. 8th December, it's going to be Fulham hosting Arsenal at the Craven Cottage. Then 11th December, it's going to be Arsenal hosting Monaco. 14th December, Arsenal is going to be hosting Everton, and Carabao Cup quarterfinals, Arsenal is going to be hosting Crystal Palace at the Emirates. Now, meaning that they need these players back, and it's good to see they've gone ahead obviously say, all right, let us keep them here and let's see that they obviously get back to where they deserve to be. But we wait to see whether they'll be really physically fit, because I think last time Saka pulled out, he returned and never played, I think, was it 1 or 2 games for the side of Arsenal, and they brought him back when they're playing against Liverpool. He never played when they're losing to Bournemouth, and even the midweek when they're really beating, was it Shakhtar Donetsk? Saka was not part of their team, but he went ahead obviously to pull out. Now, the other players that have gone ahead to pull out, when you look at Trent, obviously he walked off the pitch limping. I think in the game they beat Aston Villa and they brought on, is it Bradley, right? And that leaves a very big, huge void for the side of Liverpool. Levi Colwill played against Arsenal and has gone to pull out. Phil Foden is out, Jack Grealish is out, Carl Palmer is out, Aaron Ramsdale is out. Now, when you look at all these players that are really out, you understand that they don't really recognize the tournament. You know, I think the only thing that really sparks these players off is World Cup qualifiers and the Euro qualifiers. So the players are out. We are waiting to see how things are really going to be panning out for those teams that have gone ahead obviously have these players back. And for Chelsea, Carl Palmer looks like he was really forced onto the field of play, and you saw to it that he was playing really a half-fit player, but they don't have a player like him at Chelsea. That's why he really found himself in a position of really putting in the required shift. Now, there is some big news for Arsenal, and you might obviously get some money for yourself. The man who was loaned to Lazio, that is Nuno Tavares, has gotten his first call-up for the national team. That is it. And it's really something huge for him, and this is how he arrived at the Portuguese national team. Tavares was brought in through in the summer of 2021 at Arsenal, and they bought him for like, was it 8 million euros? 7-8 million euros. I saw him as a player who could change a lot at Arsenal. He was good on the ball, and obviously he really had a lot to do to give the game. He was really having all he was tailor-made for the Premier League because of his physicality and size. He was really that kind of player, with press resistant, but he was mistake prone. That is Nuno Tavares. They loaned him to Marseille. He did well, had some good assists and some good goals, but the manager was like, I'm not going to sign him because of him usually breaking the disciplinary record. Then loaned to Nottingham Forest, and this season he was loaned to Lazio with an option to buy, and that is Nuno Tavares for you. And he has arrived at the Portuguese national team, and he was welcomed by Bruno Fernandes, the captain of Manchester United, in there for you. So after that, we have to look at the reason as to why this guy is into this team for the very first time. Obviously, he has played 9 games for Lazio this season. He has 2 assists, 2 yellow cards, and 1 red card. That is Nuno Tavares for you. And that's what has gone ahead, obviously, put him on the table of men to share a lot in common with the likes of Ronaldo, Dallo, Bernardo Silva, and very many others. But you ask yourself, who is he going to really put out? Because the left back has Nuno Mendes, very good player. And I think they're really going to tussle it out. But Portugal is really going to be playing 2 games. I think in one game he's really going to feature, and in the other game he's not going to be featuring. That's what I'm really thinking about it. So guys, I call upon for your reactions into the comment section below about Rice and Saka latest injury update, and talk about Tavares into the mix to obviously do the needful and see himself getting into the Portuguese national team squad. So that's what I had for you in here for you, and we are signing out for now. First video of the day, but more is yet to come. And this is Rokani David on the Rokani Media Football. 200 likes on this video. Bye bye for now. I'm out.